I'm Brandon with Porch Windows Direct. I am standing in our shop next to our brand new CNC machine and a line of orders that are waiting to get manufactured. But for today, we have another installation video for you. It's a new home in Bloomington, Minnesota, built by 11010 Homes, and it has a beautiful view out of their 3-season porch. And we're going to be putting our Xtend Porch Windows into there. You'll notice that we have 3 panels in these windows instead of the typical 4. They're a little bit shorter in height because there's a knee wall that takes the place of a railing on this one. With the shorter height of our Xtend windows, we're going for 3 panels, which gives a more open view by eliminating one of the horizontal lines. When you see the video, you'll see why they want the most open view possible. It's a great view. Let's get to it.
Hey guys, we're back in another install. We're going to show you a quick example on how to install a single window of Porch Window Directs. So we have double windows as well. We have previous videos showing how to install those, so you can go check those out if you want. Otherwise, today we got about 10 openings, a door. So we're just going to show you quick how to install a single unit window. So again, we have the 1-inch flange, top, sides, and bottom, so all the way around. What you do is you'll go ahead and cone the top. Silicone, we just use clear silicone. Today we got white, we're just going to roll with some clear. So we'll go ahead and silicone the top and the 2 sides, left and right. We won't touch the bottom just because if water does get in behind those flanges, then it's got somewhere to escape. So let's get started. We'll get the top. You want to make sure you get it good sealed just so you don't get any water getting inside. We pre-drill our own screw holes on the side so you can kind of follow that. Make a cone line kind of lining up with those screw lines. You don't want to go too far in or too far out. You won't get a proper seal. Just kind of follow those pre-drilled holes. Work your way down. So now that the top and 2 sides are coned, we'll go ahead and pop it in. So watch out for the cone. You kind of grab your hand on the outside of the flange and kind of the inside of this track right here to avoid any silicone getting all over you. You'll tip it sideways. You'll go ahead and pop it in or pop it out. Get the bottom in first. Kind of grab the panels like so. Then you'll go ahead and get the top. Just like that. Put your ladder on it from the outside. So our measurements, we'll take the measurements and we'll deduct a 1/4 inch off all the way around. So height, sides. That gives us a little more play room so we can kind of make any adjustments. Leveling the window. More room for shimming. So you'll start with kind of take a scope, look at any gaps you got all the way around. You kind of want to divide that equally height-wise and width-wise. So you'll bring the panels all the way up to the top. Kind of leave 1/4 inch or so of space. Look at the reveal where that weather strip is up there. And if you're teeter-tottering out, you want those panels as level as possible. So that's going to tell you whether or not you need to shim more on the left or right side depending on how plumb everything is. So we'll go ahead and do that. Check that out. Looks like we'll go up a little bit, kind of minimize that spacing up top. And this is new construction, so they'll be trimming out everything. And if that's the case as well, you want everything nice and kind of equal all the way around for when those guys do any trim work inside. Check the reveal again. How we adjusted it. Like a little more on the left. I kind of slide these down after I make an adjustment, just so they kind of resettle. And go ahead and look again. Perfect. And what you do is, once you get the reveal guide, you'll check out the left and right sides of the window. Get that shimmed up and spaced out evenly as well. Left to right looks good. We'll go ahead and we'll screw the 4 corners first. So go ahead and do that. That one. Screw the 4 corners, buddy. We'll hit the 4 corners, screw those off, and then we'll go ahead and shim the sides, which deals with our panels and how much tension we need. So once you hit the 4, then you'll shim everything left to right per side. And then once you're done with that, then we'll finish screwing off the window. Get the bottom locked in. You'll go ahead and grab all the panels. You'll go ahead and lock it into that top weather strip up there. Kind of give it a good little chug up. Knocking around nothing. Make sure it's locked in. Then we'll go ahead and start working our sides. And once you're kind of shimming, you start at the top and kind of work your way down. And where you let go, well, all those panels are up top. Make sure those are staying first off. And you kind of work your way down like you're going to close it. Make sure where you let go of it, that's where those panels are staying. So that looks good. Then what you'll do is you'll go ahead and make sure you can take them out. So again, everything is spring loaded on these panels on the left hand sides of each window. So say everything is closed, you'll go ahead, lift up, whatever is comfortable for you, usually about chest height. You'll go ahead, that gives you space so you can get your hand behind the top of that panel and under here. So you'll go ahead and kind of slide it to your left, push those springs back, that's what you're doing. And you'll be able to access and pop it right out. You'll do the same with getting it back in. Just get those springs in the track, kind of slide it to your left, collapse those springs, and pop that in back in that track. And there you have it. Another install of a single window. But for our install today, we're going to go ahead and pre-drill the 4 corners. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Then we'll go ahead and get the door handle on. Make sure it's nice and tight, moving well. Latch isn't getting stuck. Looking good. What we want to do once we get these doors in, we want to make sure this reveal on the top of the door is nice and even all the way. Once it's looking good, you can go ahead and screw those 4 corners you pre-drilled. And if that reveal was kind of giving you trouble, you can go ahead, go on the inside. And then if anything, you could shim your bottoms or your tops left to right to kind of give you and square up the door. We didn't have to do that today. Everything was looking pretty decent. Then next steps, we got to go ahead, see where that latch lines up in the middle of our cutout. Looks like it's in the middle. So we'll get our plate lined up and screwed in. So we'll go ahead and get that plate on. Now we'll check our door. See how good we got her. So these door sweeps come in certain lengths. You can get them at. So depending on our door width, we'll go ahead and line the end up to the edge of the door, not covering the frame at all. We want that little spacing there for opening and closing. So we'll line the end of that door sweep up there, and then we'll line it up on the opposite end as well. You'll make a mark and cut that, and then you'll cut it to length. So, and then we use these hex screws that countersink pre-drilled themselves, and we'll screw that in. Here's the aftermath of the sweep where we left off. So like I said, these come in certain sizes, certain lengths, you can get them. We'll mark the end of that sweep to the door frame, not the actual door frame, but the door itself. So you'll have that little gap there. You don't want to cover that up to the frame, because when you open and close your door, you'll be rubbing and hitting. So right to the edge of the door, then you make a line and you cut it. So there we have it. You screw it on. Next steps, after you got the 4 corners and the door sweep, we'll go ahead and we'll pre-drill the rest of the lines on the sides of the door frame. We kind of line them up with these screws on the door. So we'll pre-drill again using that 1/4 inch bit. So we'll get that started. So now we're putting on the door closer. So once you get that on, we'll go ahead and line up
Well, there you have it, another installation completed. If you have a really good eye, you may have noticed that one of the windows was set just slightly lower, not in line with the others. I actually noticed that and sent somebody back out to remove that window, lift it up so it was in line with all of the others. Very important that they all line up with each other when doing the interior and exterior trim work and finishing details. We want to make sure that we do our job right so that it makes it easier for the finish carpenters to give a very nice finished product. Thank you for checking out our video today, and we'll see you on the next one.